officer. What makes this so difficult is we basically almost lost 2 officers in this whole deal. If this happened in a traffic stop, it makes sense. If this happened on a search warrant gone wrong, it makes sense. This doesn't make sense.
It's really sad because I work here at the convenience store. I've known both of them. They both come in and get coffee, and they're both really nice. Like, I would have never thought it would have happened. They would come in together. They always seemed like they were pretty close to me. I just think it's sad. Should be praying for their families.
Those are shoes that we can't fill. Nobody can. I've been doing this for a very long time, and I've never received a phone call even close to this. We'll try to put the pieces together as best we can and see what tomorrow leads to us.
Stalking me, please! I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I moved.
No, don't. Just talk.
Leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
I'll leave you alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you guys. I don't ever want to hear your voice to you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Please stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone. All you want. I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey, men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them, especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. And you need to leave her alone. And this is Bacon.
This is Cynthia Ortiz. It is February 13, 2024. These are the Charles Perry, David Robertson, human trafficking, stalking, harassing, threatening podcasts. Mr. Perry, stop telling people that I'm your girlfriend or that we're friends or that you're beneath me. Way beneath. There's no way I don't like you. I moved 2 times. Okay, for the record, I'm going to repeat myself. Mr. Perry wants to run for public office. It really doesn't matter if he's a Republican or a Democrat. If he's got an IQ that is too low to fulfill the requirements of the job, he can't do it. Doesn't matter if it's governor or dog catcher. You have to be smart enough to first process what's coming in at you. Process the information of what's happening properly. Number 2, identify a problem quickly. Number 3, identify the cause of the problem quickly. Number 4, identify a solution that's effective. And if you can't do those things, you can't be anything. Republican or Democrat, doesn't matter. Low IQ means I can't understand what people are saying to me, and they have to repeat themselves. And there is absolutely no one has time for that in politics. This whole podcast will be a repeat. We've said all of this stuff before. I don't like you. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what you feel. It doesn't matter what you want. And you never shut up about it. You want to talk, but you're talking now. And I don't want to hear it. No one in Oklahoma asked for this, sir. No one asked for this. I left Lubbock in 2013, November, to get away from you. To have no conflict, no drama, no problems, no you. Because all you do all day is threaten and harass and bother everyone. You need a lie. You're entitled to a romance, and you're not. You're entitled to your crime, and everybody else is supposed to cover it up for you. Do you see everybody else running around doing the shit you're doing? No, because it's abnormal to act like you are acting. Very, 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 very abnormal. No one likes it. You know the evidence of no one likes it is all of this that we get before, not after. What does that say? A false arrest and my murder will not prove he's not stalking me. It will prove he is stalking me. No one else has a motive to kill me. No one else has a motive to bother me. Why are you always in Oklahoma? For 9 years, you're always in Oklahoma, causing one major loss after another, telling everybody around me, if you don't see what we're doing to her, see what we've done to her, we ruined her. We'll do it to you if you don't do what we say. No one likes that kind of stress. My guys tell me, the guys that got me all this right here, tell me, there's a line of people ready to shove his teeth down his throat. If it weren't illegal, they'd have done it already. Okay? You are pissing people off. So I moved from Lubbock to the Dallas area, and you went to Dallas and bothered me and threatened me and caused problems and butt in and interfered and bothered me and butt in and stalked and harassed and threatened. So I left there, and I came to Oklahoma to be with my family. And so you've come up here and refused to leave. You want to talk. Sir, you talk now, and you never shut up. You think you're entitled to a lie. You think you're entitled to a romance. You think you're entitled to crime. And guess what? No one else agrees with you. You know what the evidence of that is? All of this here. Who has the power to get that to me in jail? You had me put in jail for trying to get a protective order against you. You're a coward. You're nothing but a low-life coward. You're beneath me. Our shrink is like, Cynthia has made it very clear. Here's the kind of man I'm attracted to, and here's the kind of man I'm repulsed by. I don't do canned food. You're not going to get a date with me if you're all about, I'm going to take your steak and here's your canned food. I gave. So did Hitler. Hitler took everything away from the Jewish people. All of the things they'd worked for all their lives. Ripped it right out from under them. Ripped families apart, just like you're doing. He was a monster. And then put the Jewish people in a little shed full of lice and mice and every gross thing you can imagine, and gave them a biscuit once a week. He met their needs, right? Shot them on a whim whenever those people would be out doing whatever, hauling bricks or whatever they're doing, and some guy would just fucking shoot him right in the head just for the hell of it, because he could. Always a threat to them. And so until the Nazis and Hitler were gone, they were always under threat, right? People would hide. People would try to get out of the country. People were trying to, build in secret rooms. Well, I gave them a place to live and something to eat. You're no different than that. You're no different than that. And you're not respected, and you're not liked, and we get the help, not you. That's the evidence. We are getting the help. You're getting told on. That is the evidence. You want to talk. I don't need to talk. You need to talk. You're not my boyfriend. You're beneath me. I don't go out with men who sit around and watch TV all day and have nothing interesting. I already know what I did all day. I'm attracted to men who are working very, very hard and who are very, very good at what they do and have something interesting to talk about at the end of the day, and they impress me. I only go out with men who take very good care of me. And I think one of my friends tried to explain that to you, and you just didn't get it. You're not all there. You're not good enough to be my boyfriend. You're not good enough to even be my friend. And I rejected you and I left. Everyone else learns how to say next. Everyone else can move on. You're a fucking fail if you can't. Everyone gets rejected. I guess someone this week said, how in the world does Charles Perry expect to sell that he's a happily married family man, church deacon, when for 9 years he's not been in Texas with his family, he's not been to church, and he's not met with constituents at all? So we're supposed to, how How is he gonna? That's a long time to be gone. And to explain where in the fuck you've been. He's been in Oklahoma chasing Cindy, and anybody can see that. And she doesn't even like him. Listen to the words I've said. I don't like you. I don't go out with men who peep. You're a fat turnoff. You're boring, you're lazy, and you're stupid. You're beneath me. I don't go out with men who peep. If there were nothing else, there's that. You are not bait, sir. We are not in a relationship. You have something in your head that is all in your head. It isn't real to me at all. Stop telling people there's a romance there. There's nothing there. Not for me. You're stalking. So when you started doing the crime to me, you started getting caught. You know why? It doesn't take very much effort at all for someone who's nice to offer an end to the threats, an end to the suffering, an end to the nightmare that you are. We didn't ask for this up here. We didn't ask for it. And you've come up here and you refuse to leave and you want to talk. And I'm like, talk? He never shuts up. He never fucking shuts up. The guy cloned my phone and he'll just type right over my typing. He's always asking about leaks. Is it Jim? Is it your family? Is it Hunter? Is it Joe? All those Lady Godiva's people? Is it them? Listen. I'm going to say this again. I've said this over and over and over. Nobody in politics has the time to say things that you should already know. Everyone else already knows it. You're having to be told, not once, but over and over and over. You look like a fucking buffoon. You look like a buffoon. In politics, there's no time for that. Nobody has time. Doesn't matter what party you're affiliated with. Doesn't matter what office you want to run for. Nobody has time to repeat themselves for you. I am not told who the leaks are. It is a need to know. Investigation. I don't need to know how they get information. What comes from a wiretap order or a leak or an infiltrator or an informant. I do not need to know that. And so I'm not told. I want for you to be gone. So even if I knew, I will never help you. In 10 years, I have never helped you. I will never help you. And the more you ask me, the more of this shit we get. The more you expose yourself. I do not like you. I rejected you. You are beneath me. So ours shrinks like he does. Everything she hates. Everything that makes her sick at her stomach. And nothing she likes. Nothing. She's flat said, I do not go out with men who peep and invade my privacy and violate me like that and violate my rights. There's no way. I do not go out with canned food. I don't do it. That is not my thing. It doesn't interest me in the least. I don't go out with boring. I already know what I did all day. So I would never go out with a peep and Tom. If there's nothing else, there's that. It is a criminal act for a reason, sir. And you shouldn't have to be told that. You should just know. So, she said he does everything she hates. And the more she says she hates it, the more he does it. And he makes one problem after another. He's all drama. And Cynthia hates that shit. She hates drama. Then he runs around going, why doesn't she like me? What in the fuck? She said this was years before we found out that he has Huntington's disease. She said he's not all there. He's severely mentally ill and severely mentally retarded. He's got Alzheimer's or senile dementia or aphasia or something. He needs a doctor to examine him. Well, it turns out he has Huntington's disease. So the mental illness is delusion. It causes this, and it will not get better. It will get worse. You cannot talk to Mr. Perry for more than 2 minutes without being able to tell he's not all there. The elevator not only doesn't go to the top, It isn't working at all. You can tell. When he talks, he doesn't even make sense. She said, okay, so Huntington's disease causes paranoia, delusion, hallucinations. He sees things that are not there. Psychosis. And the mental retardation part is impaired cognitive reasoning. He can't do cause and effect. He can't do same and different. And he can't do before and after. He can't do it. So you try to explain it to him. You might as well go bang your head on the wall. He doesn't understand you. And you can tell. Because if he didn't like getting caught and told on every damn day, he wouldn't bother me anymore, would he? No sane person does the same thing day after day after day for a decade that results in them exposing crime, not just for them, but their whole organization, spending millions of dollars to do it, unless they want that or they have some sort of mental problem. Nobody is that mentally slow. Nobody. Without having some sort of disease. So, our guys talked to somebody up here, and the guy said, I am so tired of watching Charles Perry torment her all damn day and try to ruin her, and he doesn't want her to know that he has Huntington's disease. He's told everybody it's Tourette's. Make sure she finds out, because I'm sick of that. I'm sick of him acting like that. I'm tired of it. We're all tired of it. A lot of people are too scared to tell him that. A lot of people are just, but they're sick and tired of him acting like that. What the evidence of that is, Mr. Perry, is we get the help and you get told on. Okay? That's the evidence. A man's kindness brings blessings. Look at all the stuff we have. Before you did it. Look at that. They took your taillight out to have you pulled over. That was in Manford. They woke me up. Get up and go change your light. They took it out. Okay? So I did. They want you pulled over. Chief Miller was sick of you calling up there asking for that. So this is one reason our guys won't tell you who they are. We are not taking his phone calls. We are not taking his phone calls and being subjected to the harassment Oklahoma law enforcement has been subjected to. He will call them and bother them, and they talked to Lucky, and that's what he said right here. First, they told us she was harassing him, but it wasn't too long. We could figure out pretty quickly. That's the other way around. Why is he in Oklahoma? She's not in Texas. Harassing him in Texas. He's in Oklahoma, and he never shuts up. He calls us constantly. Him and Matt Powell and Josh Burson, they never get off the phone, constantly calling us, asking us to pull her over. We have shit to do. We're busy. Why isn't he? Why is he not busy? Why does he give any crap, fucks at all, as to where she's doing and where she's working and when she's working and all that stuff? What street she's driving down? What her license plate says? Why is he always calling us, asking us to check that? It's none of his business. He claims he's not stalking. Well, that's stalking. And the thing is, somebody else said, if I was accused of stalking, what I would do is stay the hell away from the accuser. I would want no appearance of that I'm stalking at all. What does Dum Dum do? He comes up to Oklahoma, where the accuser lives, thousands of miles away from his home in another state, and for 9 years refuses to leave. They can't get the guy to leave. He's told everybody that's his girlfriend, and Cynthia can't stand him. Nobody's seen him in the same room in 9 years. Actually, we've not been in the same room since 2013, when I said, this is enough. Finish up my fucking taxes and get the fuck away from me. You stay away from me. That's enough. This is enough. This is enough. The guy was pulling up behind my house, watching me in my backyard. The guy was coming to restaurants or sending staffers or the roof or sending other people he knew. I think twice he sent his daughter. You know how I know that? Here's what would happen is I would go to the roof, which is like a bar dance club, right across from Jones Stadium on the roof of the parking structure. I would go on a Friday night and then text somebody, I had fun last night, you want to go tomorrow? So we'd start making plans to go Saturday night. And at the very last minute, twice canceled. I think one time I canceled, another time the other guy canceled. So twice, the whole thing got canceled on Saturday. I wake up Sunday, flip on my computer, look at Facebook, and guess whose picture? Jordan Perry was at the roof on Saturday night. When we had been the Friday night, decided to go back Saturday but canceled. Twice. You having your daughter, it doesn't get any lower than you if you're having your daughter stalk for you. Her mother, have you thought about Jacqueline, your wife, and that kind of betrayal? Is disgusting, sir. And my guess is she had no idea what she, probably, she was kind of told something like, did you see anybody we know? Oh yeah, Cindy was there. Oh yeah, well, who's she with? Just a little conversation like that where she would have no idea what she was doing. She would have no idea what her dad just did to her. Betrayed her. Secretary come in. And then he came in one time. Okay, I'm not going where he is. He's coming where I am. We have the Pinto recording. He's offering $5,000 for sex. Having some guy solicit prostitution on his behalf. Now all of this stuff has come out over the years, Mr. Perry, because you're creepy. You're creepy, you're delusional, and you've pissed everybody off. You're very abnormal. Normal people don't like you. They don't like you. We'll get the help. That's the evidence. You get told on. That's the evidence. Kindness brings blessings. Cruelty will destroy you. You don't want to believe that. That's fine, but there's evidence of it. Doesn't matter what you believe. You're delusional. Remember, diagnosed. So I send a letter to the United States Attorney after I talked to two guys came into my club and said, this guy's after you. He just wants to find some way to arrest you. He told us just find something. We were like, yeah, I don't think so. That's not why we signed up to be police. But that doesn't mean he won't find an asshole that'll do it. Be careful in here. Watch yourself. Immediately, I sent this letter to the United States Attorney. This is wreck after wreck after wreck after wreck. Tampering with my car, wrecking it. Now we hear you talking again. We need to mark her car somehow. This is one way you did that, right? And then get a bumper sticker on it, some way to mark her car so that you can tell the difference between her car and the other cars that look similar. We need her pulled over. We need her pulled over. Pull her over until you can get that car from her. Right, Calvin? Isn't that you that does that? Yeah. Everybody loves you, Calvin. You're bald and fat. We heard all about you. The evidence that people are sick of this is we get the help and you get told on. Okay? This was Powell. Can we not get her whereabouts? Wouldn't get the guy off the phone. And then he sent my mail to he bypassed a protected address that I used through the state for victims of stalking. Oklahoma is top in the nation for murders. Men murder women, domestic violence. Guess who else that endangers? You stupid locals. Listen, we are out of patience with the locals. We don't have to be patient with them. Because what's happened is somebody else from another jurisdiction is the one that's helping me. They're the ones getting us all this. Somebody told me he said that. Somebody got this to me here. Wasn't a local. Yep. Somebody got this to me here. Wasn't a local. Somebody else, another police department. Okay? Why is a police department from somewhere else having to babysit the witness in Oklahoma with no help from locals at all? None. There might be somebody. Listen, let me put it this way. If there is help from locals, it's very, very minimal. And they can't say who they are because you'll kill them, right? Isn't that what you do, kill cops? The thing that I showed with Ty Buttram and Chief Ridley explaining to the public this murder of Chief Miller does not make sense because these two were best friends. If they were murdered on the job, that would make sense. Have they since changed their story, and why? Why did they not say that in court for Michael? Explain that. I want to know why. I want to know why They weren't there to say that in court. And I wasn't there to say, gosh, we knew in March 2020 Mike Neely was drugged and treated for drug overdose, not being knocked out in a drunken brawl. He did not do that. What the hell happened, Mr. Perry? When you commit fraud upon a court that is intended to tamper with a witness, my guys will charge you every time you do it. Okay? You've been full disclosure. They don't ask your permission. They don't need your help, and it is not up to you. And then when you sit there and have those conversations, Mr. Perry, my guys will not call you because you bother me all damn day. He told you, if you want us to call you, you can't bother people anymore. You're not going to bother us. You can't tamper with our witness at all. You can't contact her. You can't invade her privacy. And get your hands out. Stop taking her money. Or you don't really want a phone call. You want to sit around and bother her. You are going to first prove to us that, number one, you can understand what we said. Don't invade her privacy. It is illegal to do that. Do not contact her. It is illegal to do that. She asked you not to contact her. Show some respect, sir. Get some dignity. Leave her alone. Quit acting like a piece of trash. Leave her alone. And get your hands out of her wallet. Stop doing things to cost her money and her time, including where I have to do podcasts to document your criminal activity for the day or week. I only do this if he's really escalating, and I kind of have to. Okay, so by the way, these are being used in the probable cause hearings already to make sure that my intent is very clear. My intent matters. Okay? I don't like you. I've testified in a probable cause hearing. When they need an investigatory order of some sort, they have to have probable cause. I have testified in more than one, and you know that. You cloned my phone. You know that. You've heard me. Okay, so don't do things that cause a problem that cost her money to have to fix it. Get your hands out of her wallet. Stop interfering with her income and leave her alone. And if you can't understand what I say the first time, I'm not going to waste my time on a phone call with you. I don't have time to repeat myself for you. I don't have time. I don't have time to take a bunch of your phone calls where you say things that don't make sense and you won't listen to me at all. And we've heard you talking to locals, and we've heard you argue with them. We've heard you not make sense and them get frustrated because you're not listening. We're not doing that with you. We're not doing it. So until you act like you can understand what people say, and then it's, you shut your mouth and you listen to what we have to say, you're the one in violation of the law. You're the one we're investigating. You're the one getting told on because you're pissing people off with your criminal activity. They don't like it. They don't like you. We get the help. You get told on. That's the evidence. We get the information beforehand, not after. So until you can conduct yourself like you're a normal person, it's not going to happen. And it's for all these years, Mr. Perry has done nothing but bother Cindy, our witness, tamper with our witness, try to force her, try to coerce her, try to threaten her, try to harass her. And so he didn't want our phone call. So we'll meet him. I think since that time, they've pulled that deal's off. He said, I'm done. I'm fucking done. That deal's off the table. We're not going to ask the judge for mercy because he's not shown 1 ounce of remorse in all these years. So we'll see him when we arrest him. That's done and over. He didn't want the deal. He didn't have to have it. Nobody, they can't do anything but ask the judge for mercy. He showed some remorse, so we would ask the judge for some mercy. He doesn't have to give it to you, but now they won't even ask him. There's no deal. There's nothing. You can deal. See roll your dice in court, I guess. Okay, they got that to me in jail. Right there in jail. That is Fabian's name. That is the man that I wanted to date in Dallas that you interfered with and you butt into. And that was none of your business. It didn't concern you at all. It didn't concern you at all. It was none of your business. Nobody invited you to Dallas. Nobody invited you here. You are not invited. And we did not ask for this. When someone moves to get away from you and to have no contact and no conflict, no drama, no fighting, nothing, and you go where they are and impose and cause a fight and cause drama and cause conflict, you are the problem, not them. I did everything I could possibly do to get away from you, to avoid your drama. I don't do drama. I guess you went around and told somebody that song, she loves me. That song, Simple Things. No. The song, Simple Things, when it first came out, I was like, that is Fabian's song. The words of the song were for him, from me to him, not you. Your drama, your opposite of Simple Things. I don't do drama. I don't like drama. I don't want anything to do with it. And all you do is cause it. On purpose. Like you just can't get attention any other way. I like men who are working hard and interesting to talk to. Period. If you can't do that, if you're not working and you're not busy, I'm not interested. I'm just not interested. You bore me. Alright, so the guys that are helping me understood what I said I wanted the first time I said it. You're forcing what you want on everybody in a state that we did not ask for this. We did not invite you here. I did not invite you here. You are not my boyfriend. You're a stalker. Rejected one. Do not tell anybody again that there's a romance there. Do not tell anybody again that I have feelings for you. I do. Feelings of disgust. You make me want to barf. Do not tell anybody again that there's anything at all. You're not even a friend. I don't want you. I rejected you. You are a turnoff. You do everything I hate and nothing I like. You are beneath me. Way, way beneath me. If there's nothing, there's a whole lot. Based on what I've seen and what I know, the same as in the opinion of many people who have seen OJ's case, and though he was acquitted, believe that he killed Nicole, and that is their opinion. That same way, I believe, based on what I've seen and what I know, that you are a pedophile and a cop killer and a rapist. And that's what I believe. That is my opinion. I don't have to say allegedly. That is my opinion. Okay? That's what I can say to the public. I can say it in court too if I want. But in court, I'm supposed to testify about fact. Mr. Perry did XYZ, and that's just a fact. And here's the date he did it. Here's the date and time he did it, and here's the date and time that I heard a recording played by police, and here's what the recording he was talking about on the recording. And the next day he did it. Exactly what they talked about. And they knew I already had it. I typed up an email. They cloned my phone. They sat there and watched me type it. Okay. This Fabian interested me. Fabian worked hard, and I liked that about him. He was interesting to talk to, and you're not. He's also very nice to people. People like nice. They don't like jackass. They don't like mean. I don't like you because you're creepy. You sit around on your fat ass. You play with little girl toys and you threaten people all day long. And you plan one loss after another. You have caused the loss of everything I have that is important to me. So I'll never like you. Ever. That's not my thing. You're a fucking rejected fail. Too stupid to figure out how to move on. And that's the best you can ever do. That's the best you've ever done. That's all you've done for 10 years. So, Fabian's name, if you notice here, intersects with the word hope. The word me depicts Charles Perry as a selfish wannabe. He's always just a wannabe, never the one wanted. He causes fear and sadness, and everybody hates fear and sadness. You guys cause people to feel every emotion people do not want to feel. Scared, anxious, threatened, worried. If he did that to her, what's he going to do to me if I mess up? I'm tired of being told what I can say and not say. I'm tired of being given a script and told to say it like this or else. Don't mess this up. Don't slip up. We're all tired of it. We're tired of being told when we can talk to her and when we can't and what we can say and not say. Everybody's sick of that. What right does he have to do that? He doesn't have that right. We're tired of dealing with it. We're all tired of dealing with it. Nobody in Oklahoma asked for that. I came here to get away from you, and I did not invite you here at any point. So the guy's like, if somebody accuses me of stalking, you know what I do? Stay the hell away from that person. What's Charles do? Goes to right where the accuser is, in a whole nother state, thousands of miles away from his home, and refuses to leave. And that is stalking. Yep, I would say it is. So what kind of powerful people could get that to me in jail? Wasn't up to you when we got it, was it? No, it wasn't. She can't stay here. Say that to my face, David. You're such a coward. You always say it behind my back, but never to my face. Never to... How many men try to make me fail? See, tough guys pick on tough guys. You're making yourselves weak. Picking on a woman, and not only is it one guy picking on a woman, you got to have your friends to help you. It's that bad. It's that pathetic. Yeah, you are making yourselves weak. You are exposing everything you've done. I mean, exposing yourselves like a... See this right here? This is get her kicked out of her apartment. We can't do it because we take her money and make it where she can't make money, and make it because of a late payment. So, because it's COVID moratorium. So we'll have to do it on smoking, and that was sent on February 9th. Anyone can see the date. And on February 15th, just a few days later, she did exactly what you said. We got it before. And it wasn't up to you. So again, tell me to my face, David, or don't say it at all. Because we found out you said it. And it, guess what? When we got this, David, wasn't up to you. No one called you and asked your permission, did they? Nor did they need your help. Charles, they didn't need your help. Same thing with this. No, it wasn't up to you when we got it before. You could have me pulled over so I could change the bulb. You've done it a time or two since, haven't you? Yep. We want her pulled over. We are going to use taxpayer-funded resources illegally to tamper with a witness and harass a witness. Right? Isn't that your plan? Is that what you say? We're going to have her pulled over until we take her car away. They were talking about the traffic court judge today. Why is his name coming up now, Charles? Explain that. See, we get the information before, not after, because you're making people mad with your crime. People don't like crime. They don't like feeling fear and sadness. The word boo, by the way, is a private joke between one of the cops and myself that we've had going way back. Now, these guys know what I will and will not do. They know you tried to frame me for a murder. They know how you tried to frame me for a murder. We've talked about it. So when you threaten to frame me for a murder, we're like, yes, we know, and we've talked about it. Thank you for confirming our intel is good intel. And then when you ask about leaks, is it your family? Is it Jim? Is it Jim's secretary? Is it Beverly? Is it Steve Kunzweiler? Is it people you work with? Is it Joe and Hunter and those Lady Godiva's people? You mean the intel is good? You just want to know how I found out? Thank you for confirming the intel is good, and you just want to know how we found out. What about this? We've got one of our victims that we need to get out of Tulsa and back to Texas so we can do more harm to her. See, who said that? Was it Jim? Who was your leak? See, I'm not told that. I don't know. Wouldn't help you if I did. See, we want all that stopped. You're committing the crime in a state where you are never invited to be in the first place. Everybody wants that stopped. That's how we get this information, and you get told on. The evidence says you are pissing people off with your crime. Everybody wants you to stop. You're not quoting our meetings, we're quoting you. You can't name our people, but we can name your people. That is the evidence that you are what everybody wants stopped, Charles. No one invited you to Oklahoma. Had you left me alone, this wouldn't happen. Because no one else has this, I have this. See, you're not all there. You're not able to get cause, effect, same, different, before and after. When you do the crime to me, you get caught. When you touch a hot stove, you get burned. When you do the crime to me, you get caught. Every time you contact me, we find out more. Every time you contact me, we find out more. Every time you bother me, we find out more. Every time you cause a loss for me, we get more. We're going to use it to put you in jail and get a conviction. It doesn't matter what you tell everybody in your little bullshit session. It's our information. We got it. We own it. We decide. It's not up to you. Nobody invited you to Oklahoma. Nobody here asked for this. You're imposing. Yep. If you can't respect the law and my right to privacy, and you would rape me and violate me the way that you do every day, that you invade my privacy, you have zero chance of anything with me, not even a friendship. I'd just soon spit in your face and look at you. I would never help you. The guy said if you want us to call you, you have to stop doing that to her. You have to comply with the law. And we're not going to pick up the phone and repeat ourselves to you. We're not. We don't have time. I'm sorry, Oklahoma police do. We don't have that time. We don't have that kind of time. We're having to do their job for them. They don't do it. Clearly, look at the stats. Top in the nation of dead women, children without mommies, at the hands of a man who is a domestic violence offender. Top in the country. Whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? So you got cops from somewhere else having to do the job of police in Oklahoma, because the police in Oklahoma don't do their job when it comes to crimes against women. They're misogynist or something. They discriminate on gender. Is that what it is? Or is it that you were bought? You tell us. Which one's worse? Which one's worse? These are death threats from Mr. Robertson. Trying to kill me. See? I was getting sick. I Googled symptoms. It says arsenic. I asked him. He's like, yeah, I'm giving you arsenic. Get this. It got so bad. This is how bad it was. One of the guys that they had put that in my drink actually said to me, arsenic, if given in small doses, you'll build up an immunity to it. I talked to a lab guy, and I'm like, lab guy, listen to what the guy said to me. He said this, and he goes, if they told you that, that is first-degree murder, should you die. So if you can avoid drinking what you think might be spiked with arsenic, avoid it, because arsenic is not something that you build up an immunity to. Arsenic builds up in your liver and kills you dead. And they know that. Believe me, they know that. He is trying to kill you, and he's trying to get you to take the arsenic voluntarily by making you think it might be good for you. And you'll build up an immunity to it. That is murder in the first degree, if ever I've seen it. If you die from arsenic poisoning. So not only did he admit it, but subsequent to the first one where I'm starting to ask questions, he actually has the next guy that's put it in my drink try to tell me that it's good for me and my body will build up an immunity to it. That blew my mind. It blew the lab guy's mind too, by the way. So you have to have a protective order. If someone is threatening death and false arrest, you need a protective order, do you not? 11 times Mr. Perry had to buy his way out of my attempt to get either a protective order or an injunctive order or some type of order where a judge is telling him, leave her the hell alone. Grow up, act your age, get some dignity, go home to your family, and leave her the fuck alone. Period. So we got all that. This was Michael Neely, me telling the Florida State's Attorney in March 2020, you have the wrong man. He just took my police report 6 days before, and a car vandalism report that might be stalking related. It looks like it now. It looks like it was stalking related, and I think my stalker killed Lucky and tried to kill Mike Neely by drugging him. He was drugged. He didn't do it. Guess what? That was not public yet. I'm saying it in March 2020 to the Florida State's attorney who ignored me. Guess what? In May 2020, sure as shit, we were not wrong. So, what police department went to Florida and found out about that? Huh? What police department got me a Fabian puzzle? Huh? Not Oklahoma. They don't have time to call you. They're busy doing the job of Oklahoma law enforcement. We got to protect our witness. We need her in court to testify. So it doesn't matter what jurisdiction won't do what. We are going to protect our witness, and we don't need their permission, and we don't care what they think. They aren't doing their job. We are. So we don't owe them any explanations. We don't owe anybody an explanation. We're keeping our witness alive. That's our job. If they don't like that, boo fucking who. I got a tissue for you. That's literally how these guys think. They don't care. That's why we're effective. We're hearing the comments. We've never seen this before. This has never happened before. She was trafficked, and they're desperate to make delivery, and all the stuff they're doing is to try to pressure her to go along with being delivered in a illegal trafficking sale of a person. The pullovers, the false arrest, all of that. The threats, let's get her fired. Let's make it look like she's stealing from work. Somebody told, okay, one night I was off just a little. So what happened is, I think it was off $18. And you're going to be off a little all the time for various reasons. I was off $18. And I'm like, I don't know how the fuck that happened. There's no way. I really don't. All this time I have not been off at all. November, at least within the minor margin of error. I'm not, not a word said. From November till 3 weeks ago. Then all of a sudden I'm off exactly the amount of one of the batches of my ones that I stuck on the counter to turn in for bigger bills. 5477 200. So we're watching video, but that doesn't always tell you everything you need to know. My guys start digging. Anytime I have a problem, that's what they do. They've always done it. They'll always do it. That's why y'all run around going, we've never had this happen before. We've never seen this. This is not... We are doing what's not been done before, and we've said that, and we're very proud of that. We, listen to the words I'm saying, Mr. Poke and Peep. We're very, very proud that we are the ones that everyone says, we have not seen this before. This has never happened before. We're glad that you say that about us, because our goal is to be extraordinary every single day. Since I'm 20 years old, my goal has been to be extraordinary, to be excellent, to do it better, whatever it is I do it better than anybody else in my field. You be the elite, you be the top of the top, or go home. So, when I had my medical clinic, there were two types of clinics. There were either a physical therapy clinic that provided the manual lymph drainage, or medical equipment businesses that provided the supplies like bandages and compression stockings and compression pumps and all that. Either one. My company became top 1 of 10 in the country that did both. All of it. We were comprehensive. Not only that, until Mr. Perry scrubbed the net so people couldn't see my work product, I was getting calls from all over the country looking for a consult. All over the world looking for a consult. I got calls from Italy. I got calls from England. I got calls from Holland. It blew my mind. I was like, oh my God. These people would be like, I'm calling you from XYZ country. And I'd be like, oh my God. Okay, what can I do? Well, I saw your internet, your website, and I have this problem. What do I do? Okay, well, I'm not a doctor, first of all. Second of all, what you can do is look at XYZ study and show that to your doctor, and then see, your doctor has to make the diagnosis. I'm talking to you on the phone. I don't know what exactly that is going on. I can't believe you've called me. I'm so flattered, believe me. But it's illegal for me to tell you what you have wrong with you and diagnose you. I can, though, point you to this clinical study to give to your physician. Okay, well, that is very helpful. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, that's all I could do. I can't see the person, what they look like, and I'm not a doctor. If I went into the doctor's office, then I could go, doctor, here's a clinical study, and I've seen this before in this other patient, and their doctor said they had this, but I'm not a doctor. You have to run the tests. You have to run the tests to make sure that's what this is. Okay, fine. I'm glad she has something. At least I have a starting point now. Because we had some really complicated stuff. Anyway, so we had, so we've said already, Mike Neely. So my thing was, my point is that what I strove for was excellence is the bar. Excellence, do the best, be the best of the best. And I would call and ask a lot of questions from professionals in my field to learn what I didn't know. And I'd hire people to work for me that knew what I didn't know. And they could do what I can't do. We worked out of a vascular surgeon's office. Okay, we hired a PT who had specialized training in lymphedema treatment. We had one of 10 in the country that did what we did. Okay, I got tired of fighting with insurance companies. I got sick of it. I did it for 20 years. I got tired of fighting with some dum-dum who had not diagnosed the patient and wasn't licensed to diagnose, and they would flat change the doctor's diagnosis to deny my claim, and I'd have to fight through that. Pretty much always won it because they're not supposed to do that, so I'd always win it, but it delayed my money. Meantime, I got to pay my manufacturer now, and I might not be able to win that fight with that insurance for my claim to get paid for 6 months, and I got to pay my vendor right now. I got tired of that. Okay, I got tired of telling people, I can't help you, you don't have good insurance. I just got sick of that. I got burned out. I did it for a long time, and I got burned out. Okay, now I'm in something different, and excellence is the bar. And you are saying to people, we've not had this happen before, we've never seen this before. Oh, you mean like we found out that Mike Neely was drugged, and it wasn't out until May, depositions were taken, and still wasn't on the docket for us to look at until like June or July? Yeah, excellent is the bar. And when I see a cop that excellence is not the bar, one thing I'll ask cops, what made you want to be a cop? Oh, I like the adrenaline rush. Wrong answer. Wrong fucking answer. You're in it for the wrong reason. There is one thing that you should want to be a cop for, and that is to relieve suffering caused by crime and to tell victims you are safe now. We slayed your dragon. He will not hurt you again ever. And he won't hurt anybody else either. Because if he had hurt you, he'll hurt somebody else and somebody else and somebody else and somebody else. And that is crime. And people are sick and tired of crime. And if that's not why you're in it, get out of it. You're in it for the wrong reasons. Or rethink your reasons for being a cop. You're not going to be good at it. You're not going to be really good at it unless you're in it for the reasons I just said. It might also give you an adrenaline rush, especially depending on what position you're in. If you're a gang unit, if you're, if you're in some part of law enforcement that is very volatile, yeah, I can see we're going to get an adrenaline rush when it's very dangerous, and you could get killed at any moment, and you might, be kind of strange and that you like that kind of danger. Some guys do. A lot of military guys come home and they do. I don't understand that, but whatever. The main thing, though, is if you want to be a police officer and you want to keep people safe and you want to relieve suffering caused by crime, that is the job. That is all there is required of you in the job of a police officer. That's it. I'm not a cop, but I'm something, and I'm not allowed to reveal my title at this time. And it's not your business, really, is it? Right now, though, for you, I'm a victim and a witness of your crime, and your direct contact to me is highly inappropriate, and I don't like it. And the more you do it, the more we get. The more problems you cause for me, the more we get. You know I don't like it, and you do it anyway. And our shrink is like, whatever she doesn't like, he does it more. If she does like it, he doesn't do it at all. Then he scratches his head or his ass. And why doesn't she like me? Runs around going, why doesn't she like me? The shrink didn't say his ass. I did. She's too classy for that. But when you deal with this kind of low-life criminal all the time, you're not Leave It to Beaver anymore. You're not. You can't be, actually. So this is I was supposed to testify. Why were Ty Buttram and Chief Ridley not in that courtroom to say exactly what they said to the news media? Why is that? Have they changed their story now? Did you tell them to? Did you make them? Because you tend to like to make people change their story. You're trying to make me change my story. And I guess a phone call was made. I don't know if it was to one of the attorneys. I think it was. I think we heard it was a reporter called one of the attorneys. And the attorney did not realize that's who they were talking to. Sometimes reporters do that. And asked, I'm hearing about an affidavit. What's the deal with the affidavit that Mr. Perry wants Cynthia to sign recanting her claims? And the guy said, she said, who prepared it? And the guy said, Mr. Perry. And she said, you honestly think that would work? And he said, I believe his campaign people have a way to make it work. And she said, but it's not her words. We have heard Mr. Perry enough. The guy never shuts up. We're tired of it. We would identify with Cynthia in that way. He needs to fade into the background, and we want to hear her words. He's in Oklahoma, and she's made it clear that his presence in Oklahoma alone is extremely stressful for her, and I can imagine that it would be. He's stalking her. She's had a lot of loss. So it looks to me like that he's pressuring her to sign that. And that's what she said he's doing. It looks like she's telling the truth. If he leaves Oklahoma and she has no more problems and no more drama, then and she prepares an affidavit, only then would I believe that she did it without pressure, without coercion, and that they're her words, and she's signing something of her own free will. Right now, I don't believe it for a minute. And by the way, I am not stupid. I'm not stupid. So, there is an affidavit that, again, I wasn't supposed to know I was trafficked. I wasn't supposed to know I was trafficked to a guy named Larry. He's a Houston realtor. I wasn't supposed to know that everything they're doing is trying to force delivery. I wasn't supposed to know there was an affidavit, and yet I do. And Mr. Perry has no fucking idea what that means. He doesn't know. Huntington's disease. He can't reason like a normal human being. He's exposed himself and his whole organization more than ever before, and he has spent a fuck ton of money doing it. So for them to run around going, we've never had this happen before, we've never seen this before, is an honor to me like you don't know. I am meeting my goal of being extraordinary every single day. I have help. This I did not do at all. I had absolutely no part in getting this information at all. So, Mr. Perry, police who are good at what they do get very offended when a cop killer gets away with killing a cop. And if you'll kill a cop, you'll kill anybody. So you pose a threat. And the reason we get the help is nobody wants to live with you in Oklahoma posing a threat to all of us. We did not ask for this. You are not invited here. You are not my boyfriend. You are a job. I do not have any feelings for you but deep disgust. You see things you are not intended to see at all. You see it through hacking, and it's none of your business, and you've taken that and made a fool out of yourself. Simple Things was a song for Fabian, not you. You're drama. I don't like drama. I like simple things. So, we got this. Somebody told you that, and he was not wrong. Who was that? Dickie? We hear Dickie's the one that gets it's got me figured out pretty good. Then they go, if we do this, will she do that? I don't know, maybe. How close are you getting to the being right? If, if she knows that she's going to be threatened a lot or hurt, she'll hunker down and she will not go anywhere. Even if it means she can't eat all week, she will not go anywhere. Because it's a temporary discomfort, so they just have a worse problem that you want to cause. And he's not wrong. This arrest report says, here's Mr. Neely's injuries after having beat someone to death. Red swollen right hand and nothing else. Nothing on the left. Red swollen right hand. No injuries to the left hand at all. Just red and swollen right hand. Well, he's got an IV needle in his right hand. See? That's why it's red and swollen. Mr. Perry, no one asked you what you think, did they? I don't care what you think, and I will never help you. And I'm not told who your leaks are. He just typed in my other phone, is Mike Neely a leak? Did I not just answer that question again? You're not mentally competent to serve, even as dog catcher, Republican or Democrat. You can't do it. If you ask me, is Mike Neely a leak? You are not all there. You can't be anything. You need to be in a nursing home, because that question has been asked and answered and asked and answered over and over and over and over and over and over, sir. If you have a question, you have an attorney. It is very inappropriate for you to contact me at all. I'm a witness and a victim in your to testify against you in your criminal case, sir. Do not contact me again. And I fucking hate it. It makes me, I'm like, throw up. Yuck. Creepy Chucky's bothering me again. Get the fuck away from me. Get the fuck away from me and leave me alone. And the more you bother me, the more of this shit we get, because you piss off everybody. Everybody who matters is pissed off. Every time you bother me, every time you contact me, every minute you invade my privacy, every problem you cause. So, anyways, back to the work thing. I'm going to arrange a false arrest to coerce her and entice her. And I guess Robertson told somebody, she didn't have to be broke. We were going to get her real estate license and a nursing degree. I don't want a nursing degree. And it's not up to you. Not up to you at all. And the guy goes, that's a bribe, sir. That's a bribe. It's illegal to do that. You're trying to entice her so she doesn't testify, right? Okay. And you're trying to bribe her with something she does not want. She does not want a real estate license, and she doesn't want to be raped so you can make a lot of money. And she made that clear. The thing is, she found out before you delivered what you were doing, and that ought to scare the shit out of you, and it doesn't, which makes everybody wonder what's wrong with you. You're not all there. You and Charles got the same problem, the same disease, or what? This was 2015. It was the first that we got before he did it, but not it's the first that he knows of that we got beforehand, but not the first. Every time you contact me, Charles, you expose everything about your organization that no one else had. I don't like it. I don't like being peeped on. It's different when you do the crime to me. You get caught. The evidence that everybody is sick of you is you get told on, we get the information. We don't call around asking who leaked. We don't have leaks. You do. Okay, somebody answered this question and said, Lucky's the one that coaxed Mike into going to Pensacola, and that is not true. If it was Lucky, it wouldn't be a problem. He asked me 4 times, so they are having problems trying to figure out if I know who talked Mike into going, which means this is who premeditated the murder and needed them both in Pensacola to carry out the plan. So who made that phone call and said, we want to beg you to go to Pensacola, Mike? I guess he said no. And you guys like pressuring people, right? pressuring them to go where you want them to go so you can do some horrible thing. Yeah, we know that. We've talked about it over and over and over and over and over. Got it? You got your code. It's called Hansel and Gretel, is what you guys call that. Little Red Riding Hood is when you use the family to try to trick somebody into doing something like be trafficked. You were going to use my family to try to talk me into being trafficked. Is my family a leak? He just asked me in my phone. He just typed it in my phone. Asked and answered over and over and over and over. You're too stupid to be governor or dog catcher. Doesn't matter if you're Republican or Democrat. You don't qualify because of your IQ being low. Okay? Period. Because twice now you've asked me about a leak. I started the podcast by answering that question again. Bother your attorney with your questions and don't contact me anymore. You're paying for it in ways you've never had to before. Right? You're a fucking idiot. You gotta leave her alone so I can rule out entrapment. And they all took that to mean do it more. And so now we have a fuck ton more. Get her driver's license from her. Pretty much have that glued to my body now. Have her pulled over. Look at that. Take her tail light out and pull her over until we can get that car from her. Because if we can get that car from her, then she'll call us and we'll sit down and explain. You do have to go. You just don't understand how human trafficking works. I do understand how it works. And I also understand that we always get this stuff beforehand because everybody's sick of you. It's a crime we're not willing to tolerate anymore. Okay? Witness tampering, same thing. We got to get her computer from her. We hear you talk about that too all the time. Most victims don't have this kind of information before you do it, right? Kind of spring it on them. Get her family to tell her she has to go be trafficked. And her uncle, somebody said the other day, her uncle and her cousin, Corky and Craig, said, we don't want to talk to her now. That would only work if she didn't expect it. Because for 4 years, she's not had a thing to do with us. Because she found out that we shoved her out of our lives and let you come in and betray her, a stranger. We shoved our family member out of our lives. She sat in a parking lot and wasn't able to eat because of you. And we had you over for dinner, a perfect stranger. So she is mad at us. And it's not like we're going to go, okay, go be trafficked. She'll go, okay, because you said it, I will. What planet are you on? I think you don't understand what people say to you is what I think. Yeah, everyone's pretty much reached that consensus. We got all this. These are your code words, right? Who's the Muffin Man, Charles? See, do you have our code words? Name one of our code words. Oh, you can't. Name one of our people and quote one of their meetings. Oh, yeah, you can't. Why is it we can get information and you get told on? Everybody's sick of you. Everybody's sick of your crime. And we did not ask for that up here, did we? And you pissed people off powerful enough to get this information and a Fabian puzzle to me in jail. We get it before. You do it, not after. Our information is very detailed and very specific. We get information in. It might be good intel. It might be bad intel. Then there's a process of trying to figure out, is it good intel or bad intel? So did you traffic me? Did you traffic me to Larry? Do you have a Houston compound where women and children are held against their will? Because you threaten them the same way you're threatening me. They just don't understand how this works. They have to go. Yeah, they're not there. They're free. The kids don't have birth certificates on paper. They don't exist, right? You kidnap these women and turn your transponder off, Tim. Right? Is that true or not? Yes or no? You trying to traffic me? Yes or no? So somebody told me the other night when I come up short, it's only there when Joe's guy's there. It's only short when Joe's guy's there. Okay? Just so you know. If he's not there, everything's fine. If he's there, it's not. And it's only recently. Over a month, 2 months go by and nobody's short. It's not till the end of January. All of a sudden, when you got a traffic delivery deadline, oh my God, all of a sudden she's short in the drawer. Oh, bullshit. That's baloney. We all know that it's a load of crap. You did it. Okay, so the other night, and it was a very small amount, like $18. So our guys said, listen to this. They said that You went in the bathroom, and the DJ went in there and took $15 out of the drawer. So that's why you came up short 18. 3 of it being off, 3 of it's normal, but 18. So that would explain that he took 15. Is that good intel or not? They're still checking that out. But I tell you one thing, they're watching that bar like a motherfucker when I go to the bathroom. And so am I. Charles, every time you contact me, we find out stuff like that. Every time you contact me, we get something before you do it. Okay? I don't care what you think. No one understands why you think I would. I do not want to help you. Nobody understands why you think I do. It speaks to your deep, deep delusion that you think I would want to help you. I never have. In 10 years, I've never helped you. Okay? I've done more. I've done this. If they play a police recording, listen to this. I type it up, and then we've documented it. These are your people's names, right? Right? You start causing me problems at work, we get Jacob, Gabe, Bethany, and Damien. Who are those people? I've not met them that I know of. Bethany. We got a Beverly, we got a Bethany. Never met these people in my life that I know of. Who are they? Your people? On your payroll? Okay, and the last one, so we got all that. And then, now, some of these are pretty serious. Cynthia simply provided, she's in West Texas. They're planning to perpetrate a fraud upon the highest court in the land. Send her home, harass her. When she starts complaining about it, then say she's harassing us. Charles is always in Oklahoma causing me one loss after another. You saw all the car accidents. He's threatened me with jail every day. He threatens me with false arrest and death every fucking day. He threatens me with kidnapping now. Over the last probably 12 months, I've been threatened with kidnapping. He's threatened me with starvation. I'm going to make you starve. I'm going to take your car. We hear it every day. Dave and Charles call and call. Please take her car away. Please just take her car. Then she'll call us. And we'll explain she has to go. While you tell FBI Houston, the girls at the compound are there of their own free will. And then you're doing that to me. I'm sorry. We're a little confused. Which one is it? Are they there of their own free will? Or does a girl have to go? And they just don't understand. She just doesn't understand how this works. We're like, tell the jury. Maybe they'll understand how this works. Maybe they'll empathize with you. Because your mommy was mean. And now you're a violent offender. You know, 99.9% of the population is not a violent offender. And can't understand what the fuck is wrong with you that you are. 0.1% of the population, less than 0.1% of the population is a violent offender. Can't keep up with the rest of us. Can't do it. Because most of us get up, go to work hard, try to be good at our jobs, get off work, run a few errands, go home, eat dinner, watch a little TV, and go to bed. And the next day, get up and do the same thing again. On the weekend, go out with some friends or over to a relative's house. And don't bother anybody and mind our own business. And so what is wrong with you? The 24/7, you bother, you threaten, you harass, you cause major loss after major loss after major loss, and then have the nerve to ask me for help. And you got a line of people, Mr. Perry, that were it not illegal to do it, would kick your teeth down your throat for doing that to me. And making them scared, you'll do it to them too. The evidence that you are a hated man is right here. You don't quote our meetings. You don't know our guys' names. But we got all that. We get the information, you get told on. Day after day after day after day after day. Look at how many times he hit my car. Look at all the property damage he did on purpose. So Mike Neely and Chief Miller were supposed to investigate this. They were talking about the Jeff Epstein case just a few hours before the murder, in which Chief Miller was beat back and forth, left, right, so hard that he died of internal decapitation. the medical examiner said it was like he was in a car crash. And Mike Neely's hands are not both bruised on both hands. They're not bruised at all. He has, according to the arrest report, a red, swollen right hand, found unconscious and in respiratory distress, dying of opioid overdose. So why were Ty Buttram and Chief Ridley not in that courtroom to tell the jury they were not fighting? And this does not make sense. What makes sense is they're killed in the line of duty. Like maybe 6 days ago, they took a police report from some very corrupt, disgusting people who are committing criminal acts like the Epstein case, which is why they were talking about it just hours before the murder. It's a video. It was submitted into court of those two talking about the Epstein. You know, guys like you repulse even prisoners. Guys like you often get the shit beat out of you in jail. You're going to have to tell your attorneys to take some precautions because sex offenders, and I believe you to be, in my opinion, based on what I've seen and heard and know, to be pedophiles and cop killers. And so I believe you are prime for getting the shit beat out of you in jail. Okay? Nobody, listen, if there's a big news announcement, Charles Perry got arrested for pedophilia and killing a cop and a lot of other abuse to women, and somebody beat the hell out of him in jail, not one tear would be shed, I promise. Not one. I know you think you matter, and you think you're important, and you think everybody owes you your crime, and owes you a lie, and owes you a date, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? We get the help you get told on because you disgust everybody. You disgust everybody. You get told on, we get the help. That's the evidence that you disgust everybody with your criminal activity. And people in Oklahoma did not ask for this. Okay? Now, I guess you had some guys here that I probably never would have met were it not for you. The test is causation, right? If Charles Perry didn't exist, would this event have happened? If Charles Perry didn't exist, would that have happened? Would that have happened? Would that have happened? Would Chief Miller have died and Mike Neely being put in convicted because you kept people from hearing the jury? I'm sorry, because you kept the jury from hearing me and Ty Buttram and Chief Ridley? Because I would have told the jury. I told the Florida State's Attorney in March 2020 he was drugged. He didn't do it. Couldn't have. There's no way. He was found unconscious and in respiratory distress. He was dying himself. The fight was about that. What'd you put in his drink? Notice I was given arsenic. Mike was given opioids. Now we got a pattern. Now we got the same offender. Justice Scalia, she just simply provided another piece of the puzzle in what could be a murder, not a natural causes death. Because you have a Supreme Court judge who was denied even protocol, basic protocol, that is implemented when someone dies. And immediately the commander of D.C. Police, retired William O. Ritchie, questioned what was being covered up, that they did that to him. He's denied even just normal protocol. Why? What are they hiding? That was when they were planning, send her home, harass the shit out of her, and then when she complains, it will say she's harassing us. That's a lie. And we're going to perpetrate that lie on the highest court in the land. And Justice Scalia is a little too supportive of First Amendment rights of free speech. And here he is in West Texas, not some other place in the country. West Texas, right where and when you were planning that. So he dies, and all of a sudden, protocol's not followed. United States Supreme Court judge is denied protocol. What in the hell is that? The same protocol everybody else gets. He's denied. the protocol that would have been followed had he died in D.C. and no doubt anywhere else. But he died in West Texas. I was in West Texas against my will by force. Charles was in West Texas. Supposedly that's where he lives. Justice Scalia's in West Texas. They're planning that, and he dies. And did you slip him do the same thing to him you did to me and Mike? Cindy simply provides a missing piece to the puzzle as to why protocol was not followed when he died. A Supreme Court judge is not given protocol. What were they covering up? When you're a good cop, you look for patterns like this, always at the wheel, right? Always at the wheel. Always at the wheel. Because it indicates you got the same offender. Right? We use drugs, not a gun. David Robertson's running around. I should have put a bullet in her head. Somebody said he asked Lucius or whoever. He asked Lucius and those guys, I want to hire a hitman. And Lucius said no. Because Lucius wants to deliver her, get the money, then kill her. Is that good intel or not, Mr. Perry? We call you poke and peep and Perry. You know why that is. That's kind of a... I don't need to explain it. I don't owe you an explanation. Your people started it, actually. So we just kind of go along with it, right? You're a weirdo, and you're beneath me. I only go out with normal guys, and it will never be. You're abnormal. Charles, I don't like you because you're a weirdo, and you're violating me against my will. And you're a canned food guy, none of which, and you're boring. I don't go out with people who bother other people. I go out with people who are working, and they're busy, and they have something interesting to talk about. I already know what I did all day. Okay, I don't like men who abuse women. I'd just as soon kick the shit out of you as look at you. I can't. I mean, I'm in that line. If weren't it not illegal, I'd kick his teeth down his throat. There's a line of people that I kid you not, have said something to that effect. When you do crime to people, they don't like it. When you cause loss to other people, they're not going to like you. Most people never have to be told that. And you've been told that over and over and over and over and over. And it's just not clicking for you. It's just not. Okay, so that's basically some major stuff this week. This right here. So I guess now we got to check to see. Oh, I guess they did. They were checking to see if who's getting behind the bar taking money out of the till when I'm in the bathroom. And they go, oh, she's short. How did that happen? They needed to make a delivery, so they got to make sure she gets fired, and then they take her car from her, and then she's destitute, and then maybe she'll call them, and they'll go, you have to be trafficked. You just don't understand how this works. And then she'll be like, explain it to your jury. I'll just I live under a bridge and eat out of a dumpster until they arrest you. No skin off my nose, right? Then I can tell everybody I did something nobody's done before. So guess what they all say? We're seeing things happen we've not seen before. And people are like, I'm not that brave. I can't believe this woman is something. I'm becoming quite a legend in some places, in some circles. Anyways, so we got this. I'm going to not read it or discuss it much. What I'm going to do is just point out the fact that this is somebody else's speculation. And it's kind of a continuation of one that was made about a year ago or so. About a year ago or so, someone made, and it's almost like it's the same guy who just kind of expounded on what he said before. And I'll leave it at that. We don't always comment on someone else's speculation. Once in a while I say, yeah, the guy's right. Or no, the guy's wrong. That's not what happened. Or sometimes I'll say, yes, he's right. And by the way, if he expressed an opinion, I agree with him. Sometimes I'll say, he expressed an opinion and I disagree with him. But it does mark an event that we need marked. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to put it out. Or we need a reaction, so we're going to go ahead and put this out and wait for the reaction. Peep and poke. In 10 years, you do the same thing that gets the same results. You get us help, you're exposed, and you get told on. Day after day, it's the same thing. Let's all do the same thing that does not work. Our shrink is like, I'm at a loss. I don't know what to say. I'm at a loss as to why in the hell they're doing that. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know what to say. It is something. My guys are like, so easy, it's not fair. Legit. So easy, it's not fair. Do the same thing that doesn't work. Do the same thing that gets them intel. Get them sensitive information we didn't want them to have. Do it again today. Repeat. These guys are all about the repeat. Why doesn't she like me? Why does she not like me? What is that? She can't go back to New Mexico. We can't let her stay here. Say it to my face, coward. You say all this stuff behind my back, and our guys are like, they actually think it's up to them. Wow, we got all this stuff, not up to them. They actually think that is up to them, and they won't tell you to your face. Oh my God. Mr. Perry's such a weak, pathetic, that he is beating down a woman to feel tough. Because tough guys go after tough guys. He is so weak, he has to go after a girl. Not only that, he has to have his buddies to help him. That's how weak he is. Doesn't get any weaker than you. Weak, pathetic, rejected, told on. That's you. And you'll repeat it all again tomorrow. Because that's just what you do. You've done it every day for 10 years. Why not one more day? Right? Alright, how many times have we showed this, Mr. Perry? You're committing the crime. You're offending people. You're getting told on. Everybody wants you to stop. It is illegal to peep, hack, clone a phone, and interfere with commerce and contracts. Coercion is a crime. You're trying to coerce me. And I said no. And other people don't like having that threat on them too. So, we get the help, you get told on. We get the help, you get told on. You contact me, we get more help. You cause a loss for me, we get even more help. You get told on. Everybody hates your guts. There's a line of folks right behind me that have said over and over, and were it not illegal, I would fucking kick the shit out of that guy right along with her, and shove his teeth down his throat. That guy, I hate him that much for what he's up here. Nobody up here asked for this, and she came here to get away from him, and he just will not leave everybody alone. Just will not leave everybody alone. He goes around, that's my girlfriend. That is not your girlfriend, dum-dum. Charles, do not say that even one more time. I said no 13 years ago. You are a turnoff. You're beneath me. You do nothing I like and everything I hate. There's no way. There's no way I'd go out with a peeping Tom. There's no way I would go out with somebody I believe to be a pedophile and a cop killer. There's no way I would go out with a human trafficker. There's no way I would go out with a cop killer. There's no way I'd go out with canned food. No way. No possibility. Not going to happen ever. You're not even a friend. I do not like you. What you think is bizarre. You're not all there. You say stuff that doesn't even make sense. I don't like you. I rejected you. You're not good enough for me. You make my skin crawl. You make all my skin crawl. Whoever said this, if I was younger, if she was younger, I'd go out with her. What in the fuck is that? What in the fuck is that? Who the fuck even are you? Golly, do you guys hear my guys started laughing. They were like, oh, for God's sake. For God's sake. Wow. If she was younger, I'd go out. No, probably you wouldn't. It's up to me. I choose that. What the hell was that? Okay, so this right here is, if you know me and I don't know you, that's a problem right there. Right off the bat, we're on the wrong foot. Right off the bat. If you know me through this whole thing with Charles Perry and I don't know you, you're on the wrong foot right there. It doesn't matter how old you are, right there, we're not friends. Unless you're helping us in some way, and there's two people that are helping us in some way. And they're not helping us in the way that you might think. They're not leaks. but they're helping us in some way. Those two people, at the end of this, no problems with us at all. None. They've helped us in some way. They're not leaks, but they've helped us in some way. And that is all I'm going to say. And I need not say anything else. Nothing. And it's none of your business. But if you go around talking about me, and I don't know you, and you know me from Charles, you right there are on my shit list. I don't like you. I'll pretend I like you, but I don't trust you, and I don't like you. If right there, right off the bat, I don't want to, the answer is no. Okay? You're part of what's hurting me, so no. This right here, Charles, when you contact me, we always get more information because you make my guys mad. When you contact me at all, Poke and Peep, you fucking weirdo, we always get more because it's gross. You gross me out. You are one fucked up gross piece of shit. Get the hell away from me. I don't care what you think. I do not fucking want to help you. And I'm tired of repeating myself. It really makes me mad that you're that stupid that I have to say the same thing and it just doesn't click. I don't have any patience for this anymore. None. None. I'm sick of repeating myself. I don't like you. Fuck off. Fuck the hell off. Get away from me. Leave me alone. Get away from me. This right here, the evidence of that is we get the information, you get told on. That's it. And that's all. And you should know that, and you don't. We're at a loss. We don't have any words for that. All right. So my guys just added about 5 more because you contacted me again 5 more times. After I asked you, again, do not contact me in any form at all, you sick son of a bitch. Do not contact me in any form at all, you sick son of a bitch. Do not contact me at all in any form, you sick son of a bitch. Do not invade my privacy at all, you sick son of a bitch. Leave me the fuck alone. Here's my disclaimer. This is what the police are supposed to do when they get a stalking complaint. They do not give it to the offender, which is what TPD did. Leaving everybody to go, the fuck was that? Then the offender obstructed justice, destroyed evidence, tampered with a witness and a victim. And my guys are going to deal with it. You sick son of a bitch. And then a cop died. Because had TPD done their job, do you trust police to show up and do their job for you? If they didn't do their job, had they done their job, it might not have been necessary to call Manford Police over a car vandalism complaint, which appears to have gotten 2 good policemen killed. Now, does Tide Buttram and does Chief Ridley say now what they said then, or did you make them change their testimony too? Why were they not saying that to the jury in Pensacola during Mike Neely's murder trial? Why didn't I? I tried hard to testify for Mike. I have been retaliated against and retaliated against and retaliated against and tampered with and harassed and threatened ever since. I was before, but it really got bad after that. We really needed them to stop doing things that made her look right and them look guilty. And we really needed Charles to shut up and stop trying to talk to her. And so it's very difficult to make their lie work when they won't do what we tell them. And she's walking around, well, I told you so. I did say. We had that intel. You just proved my intel. This right here talks about how stalkers hack. These days, they use technology to stalk. Make stalking easier. Why wouldn't they? Human traffickers stalk their victims to try to control them. Charles, you're creeping me out. Please stop trying to talk to me. I fucking can't stand it. It just literally makes me go, I hate it. It's so nasty. It is so gross. Every time you try to contact me, I fucking can't stand it. Nobody understands why you do that. I don't care what you think. I moved 2 times to never have to hear what you think again. Nobody understands why you think I care what you think. I did not ask you, Connie. You weren't asked. And I will never help you, never have. In 10 years, not one time have I helped you. We all want for you to be gone. I did not invite you to Oklahoma. So why will you not fuck off? I don't, your people. How is Charles supposed to make the lie work that he's a happily married family guy, church deacon, when all he does is for 9 years been in Oklahoma chasing Cindy around, bothering her, bothering. He's not been with his family in 10 years. He's not been in church for 10 years. He's not talked to his constituents. How do you explain where you've been for 10 years? What an idiot. He's not all there. Okay, so there's the disclaimer. Now this has all the perjury. There's a lot of perjury, these guys. This is the human trafficking page. Are you trying to traffic me? Yes or no? Are you trying to coerce and pressure? Cooperation? It's not cooperation if you force it. It's not of my own free will if you're trying to make me do it. Every time you contact me, Charles, we always get more because I don't want to hear it. If you have questions, you are to call your attorney. I'm a witness against you in a criminal matter. You are not to contact me again. Okay? The guys that are telling me everything you guys say that y'all want to make a bunch of phone calls. Is it El Paso Police? Is it Louisiana? Is it Memphis? Is it LAPD? Is it NYPD? Who is it? Is it the FBI? If they wanted you to know, they'd call you. Actually, they said once you're in compliance with the law, only then will we call you. That's it. We're not going to call you if you're not in compliance with the law. Okay? We're busy keeping her safe, our witness. Because Oklahoma won't do it, we got to do it. All right, he's got erotomania. There's Mike's case we detailed out, chaptered and versed it. More evidence, Dr. Russell's comments. She's afraid. I am afraid. I cannot go to the gym. I cannot go to the work. I cannot go to the store. I cannot go anywhere without them trying to cause a major loss. I can't walk out my door without being afraid. So I have to do it anyway. Sometimes I can't. Sometimes I can, but I've decided today I need a break. So I don't have to be brave. I can just chill and recoup and refill my tank. So I do. And sometimes that means I don't get to eat. So what kind of monster makes a woman choose between food and safety? Because in this country, we have the right to both. I have the right to go to work and not be a victim of crime every time I do. I have the right to eat and have my basic rights and needs met. You have the first comments that opened the case up, Mr. Perry, were about your human rights violations. Okay? Have you read the UN resolution? They do not tolerate human rights violations. They don't. They don't tolerate it. Why would we tolerate it in a Christian country? Yeah. Or maybe it's not a Christian country after all. Maybe they're just full of shit. There is, Mr. Perry, when you contact me, we always get more. Blankenship, Desiree, Betancourt, Lucius Calvin Geppetto, Sonjay Beverly, Bethany, Damien, Jacob and Gabe. Name one of my guys. Quote one meeting. Now, Mark, explain what that means to your client because I'm done. It's not my responsibility. I'm going to get my intel we're going to put him in jail with it, and you guys go have your little meeting and do what you do. We're done. It's not our responsibility to make you understand what you're really in for. It's not. The only thing real is we quote you, you're not quoting us. We have your people's names, you don't have ours. We've got your code words, you don't have ours. You get caught when you do the crime to me. We get the information, you get told that. That's all that's real here. None of your bullshit fantasy life is real. Only to you. Not to anybody else. You're beneath me, you sick son of a bitch. So, what's real is we get the help and you get told on. And nothing else about this is real but that. How did we know Mike was drugged before anybody else said it? See, that's the only thing that's real here. We get the information, you get told on. You are creeping me the fuck out. And you've been told not to contact me at all. Highly inappropriate for you to do that. And you're a sick son of a bitch that you do it anyway. So you will never get a phone call. Not from my guys. They're done with you. We're all done with you.
Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes and I'll leave you alone.
Oh my God.
See, this is how people end up on Lifetime. This is how people get hurt and stabbed, and then you want to say that the woman is crazy because she was the one walking down the street in whatever clothes that she was wearing. If a woman tells you to leave her alone and they're constantly walking away from you, that is your cue to back the hell up, turn around, and talk it up. She does not want to deal with you. And no, she does not have to give you an explanation. And no, she does not even have to give you 5 seconds of anybody's damn time because you cannot control your primal feelings from your testosterone running through your veins till you see something pretty that you think you're supposed to have. Leave her alone.
This make you feel? You're filming my father and my fucking sister. How does this make you
Is that
feel?
the one that put all those scratches on your arm? You want to see the
Scratches?
pictures?
I got scratches.
I can show you the pictures right now.
No, I want you to leave my family fucking alone.
Keep hanging outside of there.
Monkey, hit the road. Dude, I promise you, you're gonna get yours and you're gonna
I don't
get
give a
it
fuck.
good.
You can bring whoever the fuck you want.
That's okay. You're
You
gonna
can
find
bring
Is
a
that
whole
a
fucking
threat?
army.
You're gonna
I don't give a
find
fuck.
out. That's okay. I don't care. You
Leave
can
me
tell
alone.
all you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey, men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them, especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumb ass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. And you need to leave her alone. And this is Bacon.